Rob Ferrell from Rob Ferrell Drum Studio here with yet another video remake. A few months ago I had done a video in my series on using the rudiments to imply melodies, on using different rudiments and combinations and conjunctions to emulate the bass line that Jaco Pastorius played in The Chicken. So we're going to kind of redo that one today. But before we do that, I want to add an exercise at the beginning of the video that really helped me, not only with this particular sticking pattern, but with a lot of these sticking patterns. Okay, the way that I look at drumming is, you know, a lot of the cool stuff, if you slow it down, it's really just combinations of singles and doubles. You know, like computers kind of understand zeros and ones, and drumming can be broken down to, you know, singles and doubles. But it's important to be comfortable with those singles and doubles and to be able to play them in a variety of combinations and to be able to accent. Because if you watch my previous video, accenting is really how we play this instrument musically. We don't have the luxury of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, so we use sound levels. You know, David Garibaldi's the master of that stuff. So accenting is extremely important, because accenting to me is where the music comes from, okay? Otherwise, if everything's at the same dynamic level, it's like noise. So let's take a look at the basic paradiddle, okay? Right-handed paradiddle, right, left, right, right. Left-handed paradiddle, left, right, left, left. Now on the rudiment sheet, paradiddles are typically accented on the first note like this. Okay? I devised an exercise where I play a measure of paradiddles, and I do 4 measures. The first measure, I put the accent on the downbeats, which is exactly how they're written on the rudiment sheet. So beats 1, 2, 3, and 4 have the accent. The second measure, I displace the accent to the E. The third measure, I displace it to the and the fourth measure, I displace it to the A lot of the stuff that I work on and the stuff that I give my students when it comes to accents involves being able to play accents with either hand comfortably on all the different subdivisions so that you're really comfortable with it. A lot of these melodic ideas that I come up with, I use a lot of like paradiddles and paradiddle diddles, double paradiddles, and then like the conjunction stuff that I talked about in the last video I did. So I'm going to slowly run through this exercise so you can kind of see how those accents fall, okay? So you can see there, the sticking doesn't change. I never deviate from right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. But what's changing is where that accent was. For me, the butt kicker is that last one, where you play a double and the first note of the double is quiet and the second note is loud. That alone is a great chop building exercise. Okay? Alright, so that's a good exercise to get the blood flowing. Get everything loose in the forearms and wrists, and to kind of prepare you for these melodic ideas, okay? So let's talk about the melodic idea for this video, which is the chicken. Alright, so more or less the bass line for the chicken kind of goes something like boom, 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 boom. So it's just a one measure repetitive phrase. So what I did is kind of simplified. I took out some of the fancier notes and basically broke it down to eighth notes. So it's like boom, 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 like that. Okay? Now, let me go through the sticking because it's a little bit complicated, and I'll have it written out in the description below the video here. When I first learned it, what I did is I broke it up into 2 measures of 16th notes, okay? So, beat 1 in the first measure is a right-handed paradiddle with an accent on the right. Right, left, right, right. Okay? Beat 2 in the first measure is a left-handed paradiddle with no accents, which would sound like this. Left, right, left, left. So see how my stick stayed low, no accents, okay? Beat 3 is another right-handed paradiddle with a accent on the first note. Right, left, right, right. And then beat 4 is what I call a backwards paradiddle where the diddle's in front. And the accent is going to be on the and, which is going to end up being on the right hand. So that would look like this. Left, left, right, left. Okay? Now, that takes care of the first measure. Beat 1 of the second measure is a backwards right-handed paradiddle with the accent on the left. So it's just the opposite of what we did in beat 4 of the first measure. So that would look like right, right, left, right. Okay? Beat 2 of the second measure is a backwards left-handed paradiddle with the accent on the right again. Left, left, right, left. Beat 3 in the second measure is a right-handed paradiddle with an accent on the first note. Right, left, right, right. And then the final beat 4 of the second measure is a left-handed paradiddle, accent on the first note. Left, right, left, left. So I'm going to try to play this slowly so you can kind of see what it sounds like all together, okay? Okay? So that's slow. It doesn't sound very hip. It sounds kind of boring. But as you speed it up, those accents start to come to life, and you can kind of hear that implied melody. Okay, so I'm going to speed it up, and I'm going to try to just sing or grunt along to that bass line. Okay. Okay. All right. Now I said a little while ago that when I learned this, I broke it into 2 measures of 16th notes. Typically when I play it on the drums for fills or like soloing ideas, I use it as 1 measure of 32nd notes. So I kind of double the rate of the notes. And I'm going to demonstrate that right now on the drum set. Okay, so I'm just going to give today 2 examples of how I like to orchestrate the chicken lick using the paradiddles on the drum set, okay? So again, remember I said that accents are like the melody note. So if you have a 5-piece drum set, which most of my students have 5-piece drum sets, you can kind of actually imply the tonalities, okay? So check this out. Okay? So those hits right there, that's exactly what I played on the pad over there without all the diddles and singles and stuff to kind of fill in. So if I play what I did on the pad, but I put the accents on that tom combination right there, it would sound like this. I'll see if I can do it slow. So, if you've noticed in some of the other videos I've done, I almost always keep my hi-hat going. I either play 8th notes, like I did there, quarter notes, or upbeat quarter notes. If I'm not playing it, I'm usually tapping my foot. That's just something that was taught to me when I was much younger. I kind of view the hi-hat like an anchor, you know. If you're out on a boat, and you have your anchor dropped, you might bob on the swells, but you're not going to drift away. So when I was a kid, I practiced with the metronome all the time. In fact, I still do. So this is like my little built-in metronome. Plus, I just think it sounds cool when you have that other voice going. So what I'm going to try to do is speed that lick up a little bit, okay? Because it sounds really hip. for fill. Like that. Okay, I started it up there, so let me try that one more time. Another way I like to use it is cymbals, okay, with a kick drum underneath. So this requires a little more coordination, especially when you got your left foot going and you're kicking your right foot against the left-handed crash accent. So let me show you what that sounds like. Okay? So that's just two quick examples of how you can get that cool chicken lick into your playing, okay? It's really important when you learn something like this to take it and make it your own. Add it to your own vocabulary by putting, sprinkling a little bit of yourself on it. You can put it all across the drums, okay? So stay tuned. I'm probably going to have some more of these videos coming up in this melodic series. Thanks a lot, guys.